What's up, everybody? This is the OG Bronc Nuts. 719 West here for the pregame video to the Broncos and 49ers. It's going to happen on Sunday. Now, big news came out of Broncos headquarters today. Our star wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, has had a problem. I think a ruptured Achilles tendon. He's now been put on the IR, so he's going to be on the shelf for the rest of the year. And man, what a tough break for the Broncos. I mean, in the last 7 days, we've lost our best offensive weapon and probably our best defensive player, arguably, you know, Chris Harris with the hairline fracture in his shin. So losing basically the two best players on your team in 1 week is really tough loss for a team that's trying to, win the last 4 games and possibly get a wild card spot. You know, I still think the Broncos can beat the last 4 teams that we have to play. Maybe not the Chargers without Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, let's face it, Emmanuel Sanders is the best weapon that we have here in Denver, and he's the best weapon that we've had for really the past 5 years. So that's going to be a tough blow, but, you know, we've got some good rookie wide receivers, and that's the thing that's scary is that, you know, on the receiving end of what we're doing on the field, the receiver that we have with the most experience on the field is a rookie. I mean, we're talking about Deshaun Hamilton, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Craig Kraft. So, I mean, look, we're a little thin, and the crazy thing is that at the beginning of the year, you could see that our wide receiver room was pretty crowded. It was going to be pretty hard to get a jersey or a roster spot if you were a wide receiver, and that's really the reason why Isaiah McKenzie's gone from here in Denver. As far as this game this weekend, look, I don't overlook any NFL team. Everybody on both sides of the ball is getting paychecks. Everybody's a pro. Everybody's playing for jobs. And so all teams have a lot to play for, although I watched a couple of the last 49er games, and I kind of feel like their team quit on them a little bit. And, I don't know if that's going to be the case on Sunday or not, but it's from what I've seen the last 2 games. This shouldn't be, actually not even the last 2 games, the last 10 games, 10 to 11 games of the year that they've played. This is not a team that should beat us. This should be really the easiest team we've played since we played the Arizona Cardinals. And I think that probably the 49ers they've got, 2 wins, and one of them came against the worst team, the Oakland Raiders, in the NFL, in a big interstate Battle of the Bay rivalry. So you knew that'd be a tough game. Mullins played really well in that game, but I don't expect the 49ers to be able to do too much to the Denver Broncos, to tell you the truth, on Sunday. I expect for us to get this win. This is a football team that's in shambles. Reuben Foster's now in jail. Actually, I think he's out and maybe even signed by another team. But, losing their quarterback, they lost one of their running backs. A lot of injuries on 49ers team, and really the Broncos as well. I mean, we've got 3 starting offensive linemen that are out, our starting corner, our starting wide receiver, our starting linebackers. I think Josie Jewell might even miss this game. Brandon Marshall wasn't back. So both teams have a lot of injuries, and injuries can never be an excuse in the NFL because it's a next man up type of league. I mean, injuries are part of the game, not only in football, but definitely part of the game in pro football, because there seem to be a lot of devastating career or season-ending injuries with the size and speed that these guys are moving at these days. Offensively, for the 49ers, I actually really like your young little quarterback. And shout out to all the 49ers and the 49er Empire out there on YouTube. Some good video makers for the 49er Empire. But I kind of like your that Mullins quarterback. I mean, I like the kid. I think he's a nice kid, a good little competitor. I think he's been put into a tough situation, but man, it's kind of surprising after seeing Jimmy G go down that you got that kind of guy back there, and I think he's got some potential in the NFL. But other than that, outside, I mean, who else they got? A Goodwin, I think, is that who they have as their wide receiver that's really fast? I mean, I know they've got one really good player out there on the outside, but as far as defensively, I think that we're going to be just fine against the 49ers. I don't see that team scoring more than 17 points against us, and I think it's going to be even a tall task for the 49ers to even score 17. The Broncos have been scoring 24 and above pretty much every week, and I still don't think our offense has played particularly well. Our ground game has definitely come along with Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman. Sutton, our rookie wide receivers, made great plays, couple touchdowns back-to-back weeks. And so there's a lot to look forward to offensively for us. I think we can really maybe have a day here against the 49ers and put up, 30, 40 points against this team. I really think we can. because they've got a good defensive line, less Reuben Foster now, but still a lot of first-round draft picks along that defensive line, but they're interior guys. They're not edge rushers. So I feel like, as long as Case can move around the pocket and step outside of the pocket, it shouldn't be too much of a problem to beat these San Francisco 49ers. Anyway, this is the OG Bronc Nuts. 719 West. Don't have a lot of hate for the 49ers. I mean, we only play them once every 4 years. We got that butt whooping they gave us in the Super Bowl many years back, many years back, which didn't have anything to do with what's going to happen on Sunday. Good luck. Shout out to all the Broncos fans here on YouTube, Video Maker, Sev Cisneros, Orange Crush 97, and our Broncos Fanatic 97. You change your name so much, man, I can't even remember them all. But all the other video makers that are here on YouTube that leave comments down in my comment section and show up to my live streams, really appreciate the support. And I'll be back, of course, like always, either to take my victory lap or give pro to the 49ers, depending on what happens in the game, just after the game sometime during the Sunday Night Football game. Until next time, I'm out. See you tomorrow, suckers.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the goddamn